we're looking at a very, very spicy trade.
Come on.
From one of our follower leagues. That's right, over on
Mm-hmm.
Patreon. People can support us, and then we play in a league with them. This is in the Foxtrot Dynasty League, and two tight ends that no one wants to trade. Like, they always want to keep on their team.
Always want to, but they keep getting
traded. So shout out to the Foxtrot League. Shout out to Speedy and JC specifically, because they made this deal. So let's show you the trade. You know how this goes. We're going to look at this trade without context, and then we're going to look at it with context and see if it changes anything. Okay, so Speedy got Tyreek Hill, Chris Godwin, and Mark Andrews. JC got Mike Williams, Alexander Madison, Kyle Pitts, and a 2023 third-round pick. So, again, we tell you don't trade Mark Andrews. We tell you don't trade Kyle Pitts. What if you trade them away and trade for them? Where do you stand on this trade, Badaki? Where do you stand?
You know, I'm actually going, I think this is pretty easy. I don't know about you. But for me, I'm actually right now, with no context, I'm going with Speedy. And purely because of Chris Godwin and Tyreek Hill, I don't want any part to do with Alexander Madison. I think a 23 third is not worth it. So I think those two are kind of throw-ins. And when you really break it down, you get Mike Williams and Kyle Pitts. Mike Williams currently 27 years old. Chris Godwin 26 years old. I know Mike Williams is playing with, Justin Herbert, and he probably has a better long-term situation there, where Chris Godwin's future quarterback is in question, but I believe in the talent. I believe the Bucs will make the right move to get a decent quarterback. Obviously, you're going from TB12 either to a rookie or some whatever the situation may be. But Tyreek Hill, another guy I still believe in, I think has a higher, right now, feels like he has a little bit of a higher ceiling, just in this year specifically, than Mike Williams. But I know this is Dynasty, but I guess and when we go to the tight ends, obviously my tight end 1, my tight end 2 here, Kyle Pitts, my tight end 1, the unicorn, 21 years old, Mark Andrews, my tight end 2, 27 years old. I think it's kind of a win-win, honestly. I think Mark has plenty of time in the tank, but with the other pieces with Tyreek Hill and Chris Godwin, I feel really confident in rather than me getting Alexander Madison in a 23 third. This is why it's easy for me. Tough, man. Yeah, and once again, we understand who Kyle Pitts is. We keep saying he's a unicorn, the guy that you don't ever want to trade. Only 21 years old. That's a good point,
though. Mm-hmm. I think we understand who Kyle Pitts is, but I also think we haven't actually seen the seasons that he's going to have,
right,
where people say to themselves, oh my God, this is truly one of the most valuable assets in all of Dynasty. And I think that's where the disconnect is sometimes. Not to say that like you don't believe that, you don't see that.
Right.
But you're right. It's really close. When I look at Tyreek Hill and I look at Mike Williams, I obviously understand that Tyreek Hill is worth more in Dynasty. Okay? I obviously understand that. Tyreek Hill he's proven it more. But when you look at the offenses that they're in and the contracts that they have and their age, like, should they be ranked all that different in Dynasty? Right now, Mike Williams, wide receiver 29 according to the community. Tyreek Hill, wide receiver 15. Tyreek Hill is a year older. Tyreek Hill has Tua throwing him the ball. Mike Williams has Justin Herbert throwing him the ball. So I just want to throw that out there. Like, this is where the trade gets interesting to me, because I think Mike Williams was a really good buy low from, like, it. Do you think it's crazy for me to say that Mike Williams and Tyreek Hill could score a similar amount of points this year?
No.
I don't think that's crazy to say.
But I think the higher chance of someone like Mike Williams scoring what he did last year feels...
You think the chance of Mike repeating is way less than Tyreek? Tyreek's safer.
Exactly. I think Tyreek is safer in the longevity, where Mike feels like this is the first time we saw Mike. But at the same time, the situation is different for Tyreek. That's why it's also difficult, So,
and then the other part with Mark Andrews, which I think we do need to talk about, which, look, let me be very clear. I think 99% chance that Lamar Jackson signs with Baltimore long term. A 99% chance.
Right.
There's that 1% of you that's like, oh my God, like what if they fuck this up?
Come to the Giants, baby. Come on.
What if they don't give Lamar what he wants? And then what is Mark Andrews? Do we have a reunion of Joe Flacco in Baltimore? Anyway, I'm not questioning Mark Andrews' value. I think Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, I agree they're drafted similarly in dynasty startups. They're ranked similarly, but this is probably what it's going to take to get Kyle Pitts, and I think I'm going to take the Kyle Pitts side. And again, I think for me, you and I have been going back and forth on Mike Williams in particular a lot this offseason. Yeah. I think that he is going to be just as valuable as Keenan Allen. I think there will be consistency. I think that he unlocked this part of Justin Herbert's game that wasn't there in his first year, that deep ball threat, red zone target. So to me, I actually think that I am going to take JC's side, but I'm not sitting here saying that Speedy got screwed over because he also got an incredible deal. Right. You're right, though. Alexander Mattison, the 2023 third, I do not care. I can't express how little I care about those two things.
Yeah. Agreed.
Alexander Mattison, I don't know why he's always overvalued in all formats, always overdrafted.
No idea why.
I understand he's a good running back, but even if Dalvin leaves, he's not the running. They're gonna bring someone else in. So look, this is truly a 50-50 split. This could be a win-win. I'm assuming that Speedy's gonna be a win now. We'll find out here with context. But with Kyle Pitts, I talked about that disconnect. Yes. We understand that he's a unicorn, but I don't think we've seen it yet. And that's why people are just like, I think this time next year, people will be like, that is freaking Kyle Pitts. Mark Andrews only 27, so he's not old by any means. In tight end years, he's probably still has another 5 years, but Kyle Pitts is 21 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He is 21 years old. If you play in a decade league in Dynasty, you don't have to worry about that position for so long. So, it's so close. This is what it takes to get Kyle Pitts. Look, I think the main thing is I think Mike Williams might be a little bit undervalued. And that's why I feel like this is an even trade. If it's an even trade, give me the best player, and I'll take Kyle Pitts, in my opinion. But again,
that's fair.
I think Speedy got a great deal, and I don't think it's crazy because there's going to be people out there commenting, Speedy is obvious choice, but what happens with Godwin when Brady leaves?
Exactly, and I think that's the biggest
there's some unknowns here. Is Tyreek, will he be good with Tua and Jalen Waddle? Probably. He's Tyreek Hill. But will he be better than Mike Williams? Is that perspective going to change? I don't know. It's just a thought process. So,
yeah,
but
it's tough.
Context is important. So why don't we go ahead and bring in some context? Let's look at these two teams. You got JC on the right. You got Speedy on the left. And keep in mind, JC just orphaned this team recently.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Shout out to him. And, maybe because of him orphaning, he wanted to go in a specific direction. He also went out and traded a 23 first for Dalvin Cook. So let's see how this pans out. Let's look at JC's team first on the right here. Remember, he got Kyle Pitts, Mike Williams, Alexander Mattison. He sent Andrews, Hill, and Godwin. So his lineup is Matthew Stafford, Dalvin Cook, A.J. Dillon, Mike Williams, DK Metcalf, Kyle Pitts, Terry McLaurin, Adam Thielen, and Kirk Cousins. I like the Thielen and Cousins
a little stack there, yeah.
But, man, we got a lot riding on this Vikings offense. Dalvin, Thielen, and Cousins.
It kind of feels like a win-now team here as well.
Yeah, obviously, it does. You're right.
You kind of have somewhat of a hybrid, some youth in the running back room with Dylan. You have some youth with DK. Now you have the ultimate youth in Kyle Pitts. Obviously, Terry and Thielen are your older guys now in the room, with Roberto Woods, Miles Sanders, Deshaun Watson as well with Baker Mayfield. It's not a terrible team. It definitely feels like a win-now team. But yeah,
this is tough. This is tough now because I
think he went with the longevity thing.
He did, but also this team probably looks like a much healthier win-now team
with Godwin and
Tyreek, and Mark.
And I think when I say I think he's going with a more he's going with the assurance of what's going to happen, the longevity. I think JC is someone that really believes in Mike Williams and believes in Justin Herbert in the long term, where Chris Godwin once again is still in question. Tua with the new Tyreek with the new quarterback in Tua. So that's what it kind of feels like right now of why he did these trades.
I feel like Tyreek's going to be just fine this year. I'm not worried about him. I'm just asking questions to anyone out there who's curious. This is interesting because man, we got so many Vikings. We got Dalvin. I understand the Madison trade now, why you wanted him. We got Kirk. We got Adam. But we got, I think, worse at some important flex spots. Adam Thielen, like, I think he's going to be just fine. I'd rather have Tyreek Hill there.
100%. 100%.
I'd rather have Chris Godwin there. So this is pretty interesting, and we do need A.J. Dillon to really hit because we don't have another running back.
Got Miles,
Maybe
but that's
Miles,
not sexy.
Maybe Miles, yeah.
Yeah, it's not sexy whatsoever, but it's definitely there.
But
just in case.
By the way, when Deshaun Watson comes back, that is the big X factor here for this team. Although I know he's talked about not wanting to play him, so maybe he doesn't play him, but that could make that team unstoppable with him as your second quarterback. Okay, I don't know what to say just yet on the trade. Let's look at Speedy's team.
Yeah, I mean, Dak Prescott, Leonard Fournette, Nick Chubb, A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill.
Oh, my God.
Now I'm with Mark Andrews, Javonte Williams at your flex, Hollywood Brown, Aaron Rodgers. This definitely feels more solidified. And the only other people he has on the bench, really, that kind of matters, Damian Harris, Amari Cooper. Yes, Chris Godwin on the bench. Yes, Gabriel Davis on the bench. This is a win-now team, without a doubt. Great pieces, kind of going all in. And your flex spots, we have 2 flex spots in this league specifically. He's going to have trouble. He's going to have trouble trying to figure out who to start with Godwin, Amari Cooper, Gabriel Davis. Sheesh.
Holy crap.
Maybe I need to look at Speedy's team. I got to trade with him.
Well,
let me
you know
pull
why
up my
this is
team.
frustrating? Because let's go over to the draft capital. Guess who has Speedy's first round pick in 2023? Me. I have Speedy's first round pick in 2023. I have his second round pick in 2023. And maybe those probably aren't worth all that much because this team, on paper, I would have to say that I feel like Speedy, like he accomplished the better goal
100%,
here immediately,
100%.
which was, holy shit, your team is absolutely unstoppable. And even if one of these guys goes down, you have freaking studs on the bench like Gabe Davis and Chris Godwin and Damian Harris and Kareem Hunt
as well, just in case Chubb goes down. You know, I mean, sheesh. How's this happen? He made some crazy trades? I'm assuming.
Yeah, this is an incredible team. I mean, look, with context, I gotta go Speedy because Speedy. It is going to be very hard for someone to beat Speedy.
He has Greg Dolch's on his
and
taxi
the hard
as
thing
well.
is, Badaki, JC, if he's competing, he might have just made Speedy even better.
Yeah, he did. He also has Michael Gallup, by the way. He has Michael
does he
Gallup on his injury reserve. He has Greg Dolch's
IR.
on his taxi. He has Jalen Warren on his taxi. He also has Jordan Mason on his taxi, who's kind of been the waiver wire pickup.
Who does JC have on his taxi? Obviously, he orphaned this team. So
yeah, he did orphan this team. So he just has Shakira, and Montrell Washington, who doesn't really mean anything, I guess. But
so let's look at draft capital here. Speedy has a third, and then he has all of his picks in 2024. So
correct.
He built this team, and he just sacrificed the 2023 draft, which I am actually heavily okay with. The only issue is you just have to hope that Aaron Rodgers really stays around for a while, because that could throw a wrench into the plans.
But 100%.
This is a really good team, a solid team. You got a really good 2 to 3 window, maybe longer, depending if you make some right trades. JC here
doesn't have any 23 first. And once again, he did orphan this team, so maybe this first and second weren't on the team anymore.
Also important to note that he sent his 23 first for Dalvin Cook in a recent trade.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Okay.
So he did have a first. He sent it for Dalvin Cook.
Let me just
to try and go out and compete. So he has all of his picks in 2024. Yeah, this is interesting, man. This is interesting. Hey, JC, Speedy, there are times where we miss out certain context. So if we have left out any context that you think is really important to this deal, feel free to comment down below and
agreed.
And that obviously will help like bring understanding to each side as well. But look, with context now, I do think I lean Speedy's team because yes, you're in a win now window. Kyle Pitts and Mark Andrews are going to put up similar amount of points this year, but you just absolutely rocked everyone on their flex spots, on their starting rosters. There is not a guy. Let's look at this. Dak. Let's say it's a super flex league, okay? Dak, Fournette, Chubb, A.J. Brown, Tyreek, Andrews, Javonte. Okay, maybe Hollywood. Out in his starting lineup, all these players are going in the 3rd or 4th round of a redraft super flex league.
Chris Godwin, if he wasn't injured, he was definitely going from like in the 3rd round. Gabriel Davis in some leagues going in the 4th potentially. Like before,
well, he would probably go later in a redraft, don't you think?
In a super flex, yeah, right,
a super flex,
right. So that makes sense. Sorry about that, yeah.
But anyway, this is incredible.
Crazy.
I mean, again, let us know if we missed out on any context, but with context, I do have to go ahead and lean towards Speedy's side. JC, let us know if we missed out on anything. Speedy, let us know if we missed out on anything.
Mm-hmm.
You have any final thoughts here? I feel like JC's really, like, the last thing I was going to say is, like, AJ Dillon has to hit here.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the couple trades he did. He traded away Antonio Gibson.
To me.
To you. I know you did a couple trades there to get Miles Sanders. He also, he's really big on not starting Deshaun because of what Deshaun has did. So maybe he will trade him away. Maybe he'll trade him away for something, but we'll definitely got to wait and see what that looks like. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I can understand a little bit where JC was going, but with Alexander Madison now, getting Alexander Madison in that 23 third, because usually when you see that, it's like it kind of looks like a throw-in. But now it makes sense. But I am going Speedy as well.
I'm going to send JC a trade here and maybe give him some more capital to make a move with. Maybe if he wants to win now. Anyway, I'll send it now. You won't see this for a little while. But
yeah.
Okay, I'm going Speedy's team. It's very close. I don't think
Agreed.
there's a clear loser, but I'm going Speedy's team.
Agreed.
All right. Why don't you guys comment down below? Let us know what side you lean on. And, of course, if we left out any context, let us know. Huge love. Enjoy the rest of your night or your day, whatever time it is.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos,
watch it.
You can also subscribe
right now
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLandFam.